very short and sweet, because I tell this to everybody because nobody knows what a surveyor is. Somebody who measures and maps the land. That is just how I put it. Measures and maps the land. I make maps.
My cocktail party explanation about what I do, because people are often like, oh, I have always wanted to know what you do. So I always tell people that we point at things and measure stuff in a lot of different ways with a lot of different tools.
A land surveyor is somebody who takes the real world, puts it on a piece of paper, makes a map. We also take what's on a map or a design and put it off paper back into the real world.
Someone who measures land and maps it.
I would say a historian, a researcher, draftsman, and an outdoors person.
A land surveyor, in my own words, is I think they're a problem solver. They're somebody who enjoys history. They like to work with people, and they have a good background in math, and they're a very high detailed person.
So a land surveyor to me definitely is a problem solver. They're also like an explorer and then a reporter in a sense, because I mean, first, someone comes to you because they need something done to begin with, and you have to look at what information is available, what data is available, make some of your own data. I mean, you go out, you're exploring all these different options of what could possibly be going on, but then once you get that done, you have to actually report what is going on. So, I mean, it's just kind of this conglomerate of different roles that you have to try to fill to provide the deliverable product that your client is asking for.
I started out in engineering. I was originally going to be a mechanical engineer, and I then switched my major 4 different times: marketing, elementary education, and I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, radiation therapy. So completely different. And then I decided I wanted to go back into engineering because I missed it. And I loved all the math and the being out in the field and the research and the history aspect of it and the legal aspect of it. Those are my favorite parts of it.
So I started out working for a civil engineering firm as a high school co-op and saw that surveying had the math that I liked with engineering, but it also had the history. I went to the state archives and held notes from 1800s in my hands, and the very next day I tested out a new digital level. So it mixed history, math, outdoors, law. I was sold.
So I kind of got into it by accident. I had a situation where I was out of work, and I had a friend that owned a civil engineering company, and he decided to train me to be a survey technician, and it just kind of ended up working out for me in a lot of ways.
I took I was in a degree program for civil engineering, and they had an intro to surveying class that everybody had to take. So I took that class, and it was at 7:30 in the morning, which is not fun when you're a college student, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of being outside, it was a lot of hands-on stuff, so I figured if I liked it at 7:30 in the morning, it was probably a pretty good career option.
Actually, it goes back to a high school teacher. So originally I wanted to be an architect, and I took our trade, what they call trades and industries class, and we were learning about architecture. And one day they brought in a surveyor, and we went out and we just topoed the football field. And I found it to be really interesting.
It was by accident. I went to Ohio State to be an engineer. I realized quickly that it was not my calling, so by the time I realized it wasn't quick enough, I had already invested too much in engineering, and I just went through the manual of what was offered, came across surveying, and said it took the least amount of chemistry, and I realized saying this probably isn't good, but I just wanted the easy way out. I was paying for my own way through school, and I just needed to quickly get done. I picked surveying, fell in love instantly. My grades went from not so good to like straight A's. Loved it, loved being outside, loved everything about it, and it was an accident, but it just is all worked out for me. Unique.
Why unique?
Because it is it's just something that most people don't get to encounter. Being outside, seeing all the different things that you can see outside. You know, you're not stuck in the same old office, you know, looking at the walls, just shuffling paper, going to the courthouse, looking at old records from the 1800s. That's unique, very unique.
Fun.
Why fun?
It seems like it's always something new. Always something different.
Awesome.
Can you expand on that?
The job I have is awesome because you see creation every day. You see how different things are made. You see the details. But at the same time, it's more than just outside. You're working with people on different projects and seeing something change from how it is today to something new, incredible building, new project. At the same time, you might also spend time looking for something like a wood post that was set in 1833. That's the oldest one I've found. And I can still feel how it felt in my hand. It's awesome.
It's ever changing, so you never get bored. Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, of course, technology. We've got a lot of great technology out there, but we still need people. You know, you still need to make those decisions on boundary and everything. And I'm hoping that the profession is going to grow and grow for more knowledge. You know, one of the things that our company does is help educate the high schoolers and even some of the younger ones just to plant that seed of, you know, what a surveyor is or what a civil engineer is. And I just hope it continues to grow, and I hope that the technology doesn't totally overtake it, because we still need the people aspect involved with the technology.
If we do not start getting some younger members, I don't know that there is a future, unfortunately. Or you're going to have people swamped and that won't be able to do the work, and then it'll end up phasing out to someone else to do the job.
A little bit bleak, but that doesn't mean that it won't pick up. I am discouraged that not very many people, male or female, like really want to be a surveyor, and I think it will be helpful to get the word out.
I think the future of land surveying is going to become increasingly technical. I think our ability to capture data is so fast that even computers are struggling to keep up. We're going to need to handle large data sets. We're going to need to understand how those relate and help our clients understand the differences as the technology improves.
I think it's going to probably be more technology and more work. It seems to be, as technology expands, that there's more to do. It's interesting in a lot of other areas of life, it seems like technology is reducing the space for humans to work, but I think, you know, from what I have experienced and what people tell me, it seems like technology only increases the demand for the product and increases the demand for people that know how to do it, and it just only gets more and more complex and more interesting, and just is a better, I don't know, just a better life to support, you know, your growth as a human. I think it's a really interesting future for this industry.